Hello, hello. So we're going to start class tonight in a comfortable seated position. So go ahead and find an easy seat. We are going to use blocks. So if you have two blocks, it'll make things a little easier. If you don't have them, don't worry about it. And then if you have a small blanket or a pillow or towel, something you might want to elevate your hips with a little bit right here, you can go ahead and find that to sit on. So sit with one ankle crossed in front of the other. Let your spine get nice and tall. You've got your head reaching up to the ceiling, aligning one vertebra over the other. Stacking your shoulders over your hips. And then if it's comfortable, you can close your eyes or let them softly focus on the ground in front of you. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Notice your breath as it slowed down. Breathing in and breathing out. Feeling your lungs expand and collapse. Take a moment, let go of everything that's happened so far, and bring your focus to you, yourself, and your mat. Your hands should be resting gently on your knees, and then I'd like you to actually cup your knees. We're going to inhale our heart forward, exhale as we move to the right, drawing our belly button in, rounding our spine, circling over to the left. So big body rolls here. Using that grip on your knees to give you some extra leverage. Letting this movement move up through your torso into your shoulders. Rolling around on your sit bones, on your hips. The next time you're in front, take an inhale. And exhale, start going to the left, switch directions. Inhale forward. And exhale, switch directions. Let your head and neck move gently. And then the next time you come to the front, realign, sitting up nice and tall. Reach your right fingertips over to the right, and then reach your left arm up by your left ear. Inhale and exhale over to the right. Breathing in here. Finding a deep side bend. Inhale, both arms up to the ceiling. Let your shoulders relax away. And then hand puppet your fingers. So squeeze your fingers in and out. Maybe give them a little bit of a rainbow. And then let your left hand come all the way down to the mat. Reach your right arm up and exhale over to the left. Big, deep side stretch. Breathing here. And then come back up Reach your arms out into a T, twirl your wrists in one direction, and then twirl them in the other direction. Reach your arms behind you. If you can, interlace your fingers, let your chest open, your shoulders pull back, sit up nice and tall. And then exhale, release, making your way into your tabletop position. You had a towel, maybe you need it under your knees. And line yourself up in your tabletop, spread your fingers. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders, drop your belly, open your heart, big inhale. Exhale, lift your belly button up, round your spine, crown of the head to the floor. Inhale forward. Exhale, round. Inhale forward. Exhale to neutral. Reach your right leg back behind you. Rock back and forth over your toes. Find your center. Reach your left arm forward. All the way up by your ear. And then reach your right leg up. So you're stretching through the center of your body. Balancing here, and then exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, stretch. Lower your left hand, hold your right leg, flex it back, and then slowly lower your right leg down. Draw your right knee under your hip, and shake your hips side to side. Come back to center, reach your left leg back, saw back and forth over your left toes. And then reach your right arm, lift your left leg up, and then reach your right arm up and forward. Breathe here. Inhale, extend, exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend, exhale, knee to elbow. One more time. Inhale, extend, exhale, knee to elbow. Extend, lower your right hand down. Flex your left foot, let your heel reach back behind you. Lower your left knee down. Shake your hips out side to side. Curl your toes under, walk your hands one handprint forward, and peel your hips up into your downward facing dog. Bend your right knee, and then alternate, bend your left knee. Deep knee bends here. So you're getting into your lower back, stretching through your hamstrings. Make sure you're making that L shape with your thumb and your forefinger, pressing the mat away from you. Reach your hips up behind you. Find a breath of stillness. And then lower back down, opening your knees wide, coming back into child's pose. Walk your fingertips forward. Let your forehead come all the way down to the mat. And gently roll your forehead right to left, massaging your third eye. Walk your hands over to the right and place your left hand on top of your right hand. Drop your left hip back, letting it get heavier. Breathe here. Walk back to center. And then walk over to the left, placing your right hand on top of your left. Press your right hip back. Breathe here. Feel the stretch. And then walk back to center. Draw yourself back up to your downward facing dog. Pedaling it out. Right, left, left, right. Drop both heels down, feel them get nice and heavy. Gaze forward, walk your feet up towards your hands. Hang heavy like a rag doll. Let your head hang heavy, let your arms get heavy. And then if it interests you, go ahead and reach for opposite elbows. Letting the weight of your elbows drag your torso down even further. Gently rock side to side. And then release your hands and roll up nice and slow. One vertebra at a time. Squeezing your butt. Lining your knees up over your ankles, your hips up over your knees, your shoulders up over your hips. Your head comes nice and tall. Draw your belly button in, feel your spine get longer, get taller. Let your arms come down by your side. Inhale your arms all the way up. Exhale, fold back down. Plant your hands. Step back into downward facing dog. Breathe here. Float your right leg up behind you. Bend your right knee, bring your right foot all the way forward in between your hands. Go ahead and bring your blocks on either side of your right foot. Open your heart and chest forward. Lower your left knee down. Shift your hips back. Flex your right toes. Roll back onto your right foot. Twist your right arm up to the ceiling. Bring your right hand down. Straighten both legs. Breathe here. And then twist up to the right. Bring your right hand down. Bend your right knee, step your left foot forward and switch sides. Step your right foot back into a low lunge. Lower your right knee, untuck your toes. Shift your hips back into that half split. Roll back forward onto your left foot, plant your right arm, reach your left arm up and twist. Bring your left hand back down. Lift your right knee, straighten both legs, roll. And then plant your right hand, twist up to the left again. Bring your left hand down, bend your right foot, bring your right foot up to meet your left, straighten your back. Exhale, fold forward, step your left leg back into that low lunge. Open your heart. Reach your left heel back. Breathe here in your low lunge. Lower your left knee down. Untuck your toes. Bring your arms up, coming into your crescent lunge, letting your hips sink forward. Exhale your hands down, shift your weight back into your half split. Hands can be on the blocks. Arch your back, opening your chest forward. And then exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Roll back onto the right foot. Plant your left hand. Untuck your toes. Twist to the right. Floating your left knee off the ground if that's available. Keeping your left knee lifted, replace your right hand and then straighten both legs. Coming into pyramid. Maybe we want to bend and open our chest. Exhale, straighten both legs and fold. Inhale, open our chest, low lunge. Exhale, pyramid and fold. One more time. Open. And exhale. Shift the weight onto the right foot, bring the left foot up. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step the right leg back into your low lunge. Reach your right heel back. Lower your right knee, untuck your toes. Press down into your left foot, reach your right arms up by your ears, coming into your crescent lunge. Let your hips sink forward. Feel the big stretch through the front of your right hip. Maybe you can gaze up at the ceiling. Exhale your hands down. Shift your weight back into your half split. Open your heart forward. Exhale, round. Left toes pointing up to the ceiling. Open your heart. Exhale, round. Make sure your hips are still in line. Open your heart. And round. Roll onto your left foot. Tuck your right toes. Lift your right knee up. Planting your right hand. Twist up to the left. Reaching up. And then float your left hand down. Press into both blocks. Straighten the left leg. Exhale, bend into your low lunge. Straighten both legs, fold forward. Bend your front knee, open forward. Last one, straighten and bend. And then open forward. Straighten both legs, shift your weight onto your left foot, rock your right foot up. Move your blocks out of your way, come back into your forward fold. Inhale, roll up nice and slow, stacking your vertebra one at a time. Rolling your shoulders up and back. Let your arms come down by your side. Feeling nice and strong, nice and sturdy. Shift your weight into your left foot. Let your right toes come up onto the mat and then slowly start to lift your right knee up towards your chest. Interlace your fingers in front of your shin. And if you can, squeeze your leg closer, bringing your knee up higher. Feel free to hold onto the wall or a piece of furniture if you have that nearby. Feel your left toes pushing down into the earth. And now open your right knee out to the side, holding onto it with one hand. Open, balance. Open your left arm out for balance. Hold here. Now bring your right foot into tree pose and bring both arms to center. So your right foot should press into your standing leg, above or below the knee, just not directly into the knee. Now notice if your shoulders are tense, let them relax. You don't need your elbows pressing straight out. Take a breath here. Maybe you can expand your tree branches up into the sky, twirling your wrists, letting your leaves blow in the breeze. And then bring your arms down, interlace your hands around your shins, squeeze your right knee in one more time, and then slowly lower the right knee down. You can roll out your legs if you need to. Stand nice and tall, reset. Start to shift your weight into your right leg, peel your left heel up. Think about your left knee lifting up, interlace your fingers, hug your left shin in, getting your knee closer to your armpit. Breathe here, finding your balance, getting your shoulders and hips in one line. And now open the left knee out to the left, opening the right arm out to the right. And then place the left foot anywhere on the right leg. Bringing your hands to your heart. Make sure your left foot is not pressing into your knee, so above the knee or below the knee for your tree. Let your elbows get heavy, let your shoulders relax. Maybe you're ready to grow those tree branches up. Beautiful. Finding your balance, holding on to furniture if necessary. And then bring everything back down. Squeeze your shin back in towards your chest and slowly release the left leg all the way down. So nice. Go ahead and make your way to the top of your mat. If you're not already there, standing with your feet hip distance apart, reach your arms all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. We'll do some sun salutations. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your right leg back. Step your left leg back. You're in plank. Hold here. Lower your knees. Bend your elbows, lower your chest and chin. Untuck your toes. Come on up to baby cobra. Feel your shoulder blades pull back away from your chest as your elbows track towards your hips. Exhale, lower down, press up into tabletop. Curl your toes under, peel your hips up, downward facing dog. Breathe here. Step your right foot forward into your low lunge. Step your left foot forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, your hands down by your side. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step your left leg back, step your right leg back, you're in plank. Breathe here, lower your knees, bend your elbows, lowering your chest all the way down to the mat. Untuck your toes, baby cobra. Pull your elbows back towards your hips, exhale back down. Press yourself up into tabletop. Curl your toes, peel your hips up, downward facing dog. Breathe here. Step your left foot up between your hands. Bring your right foot up to meet it. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, your hands down by your side. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your right leg back. Step your left leg back. Hold here in plank. We're going to lower all the way down to our stomach. So bend your elbows, lower down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Untuck your toes, baby cobra. Exhale, release back down. Press back up, baby cobra. Maybe you can float your hands off the mat, pressing your tops of your feet down. Come back down. Curl your toes under. Press your toes into the mat so that your knees and thighs come up off the ground, and then press yourself back up to plank. You can always come back up through tabletop. And then lift your hips, downward facing dog. Breathe here. Step your right foot forward. You're in low lunge. Open your heart forward. And then exhale, bring your left foot up. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, your hands down by your side. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your left leg back, step your right leg back. Hold in plank. Reach your heels back. Reach the crown of your head forward. And we're going to lower all the way down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Untuck the toes. Lift up. Press your arms into the mat, coming into cobra. So your upper body is lifted, your legs are still on the ground. Tuck your toes, lift your legs, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Breathe here. Step your left foot forward, low lunge. Open your heart forward, reach your right heel back, and then step your right foot up to meet your left. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way back up to stand, palms touch. Exhale your hands down by your side. One more round. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your right leg back, step your left leg back. You're in plank. You can take any form of vinyasa that you want, but I am going to do chaturanga. So lower halfway down. Untuck your toes. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe here, let your heels get heavy. And now step your right foot forward, low lunge. Inhale, bring your arms up. High lunge. Breathe here. Finding the strength in your front leg, making sure your right knee is over your right ankle. And then float your hands down. Bring your left foot up to meet your right. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up, palms touch. Exhale your hands down by your side. Inhale your palms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step back with your left leg, step back with your right leg. Breathe here in plank. Lower down halfway to chaturanga. Untuck your toes. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe here. Step your left foot between your hands. You're in your low lunge. Make sure your left heel is under your left knee. Reach your right heel back. Feel your legs get nice and long. Inhale up, high lunge. Breathe here. And exhale your hands down. Bring your right foot to meet your left. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up, palms touch. Exhale your hands down by your side. Take a breath here. Let your arms get heavy by your side. Feel your big toe, your pinky toe, and your heels. Make sure you're still grounded and focused. Take one more breath. And now inhale, bring your arms all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step back with your right leg. We're in our low lunge. All right, we're going to start to build our flow. Breathing here in our low lunge. Finding our center, squaring off our hips. We're going to turn our right foot down, pressing into the outer edge of our right heel. Reach our right arm forward, up and over, coming up into our warrior two. Standing here, reaching our arms away from each other, bending our left knee. Inhale, straighten the left knee. Exhale, bend back down. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Pause here. Turn your left palm up. Exhale back. Peaceful warrior. Breathe here. Bending your left arm. Bring your left forearm to your left thigh. Reach your right arm straight up to the sky. And pause. Cartwheel your right hand down. Step back to plank. Lower yourself any way you want, going through your choice of your vinyasa, and we will meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here in down dog. Reach your right leg up behind you, bend your right knee, place your right foot between your hands, coming into your low lunge. Reaching your left heel back. Finding the space between your chest and your thigh. And now turn your left heel down, press into the outer edge of your left foot, reach your left arm up and over, cartwheeling yourself up into a warrior two. Straighten your right leg, let your fingertips touch overhead. Exhale, melt back down. Straighten your arms overhead. Exhale, melt back down. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. And then bend your right arm. Place your right arm on your right thigh, reach your left arm straight up to the sky. Let your right hip sit. Sorry. And then cartwheel your hands down, step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. And we will meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here in down dog. Lift your left leg up. This time, bend your left knee, open your hip, lifting your left knee up to the ceiling. And then draw your left knee back into your chest. Hold it here. Float your left foot up between your hands. You're back in your low lunge. Reach your right leg back. Turn your right foot down, press into the outer edge of your right foot. Reach your right arm up. Open your heart to the side and now lift yourself up into your warrior two. Lengthen and straighten. Exhale, bend back down. Lengthen and straighten. Exhale, bend. Turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Bend your left arm, very turned around tonight. Place your left arm on your left thigh, reach your right arm up to the ceiling. Slide your left hand down to the floor or to a block. Bring your right hand behind you, coming into a half bind. Now only come into the half bind if you can keep your chest open. You want to keep your shoulders in line. Heart is opening. This is a heart opener. Bend your left knee, drop your hips a little bit lower. Breathe here. Keeping your hand on the floor, the block, straighten both legs. Reach your arm up, coming into triangle. Breathe here. Again, this is a heart opener. If you can't keep your heart open, don't keep your arm lifted. Bring it down to your side. Bring your hands down to the ground and walk them over to the right, coming into a forward fold. Letting both hands come to the floor or blocks underneath your shoulders, finding a flat back. Press into the outer edges of your feet. Breathe here. And then walk yourself back towards your left foot. Come into that low lunge. Plant your right hand and twist up to the left. Bring your left hand down, step back to plank. Choose your version of your vinyasa. And we will all meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here in your down dog. Float your right leg up behind you. Bend your right knee. Let your right foot dangle over towards the left side of your body. And now realign your right knee, draw it into your chest and hold here. Slide your right foot up between your hands. You're in your low lunge. Don't collapse here. Try and find that space, that opening in your chest. Turn your left foot down, press into the outer edge of your left foot. Reach your left arm up, open your chest, then come up into your warrior two. Straighten your right leg, let your fingertips tap overhead. Exhale, melt back down. Lengthen and straighten. And then exhale, melt back down. Turn your right palm up, exhale back. Peaceful warrior. Bend your right arm, slide your right arm down onto your right thigh, or reach your left arm up to the air. Let your right arm reach down to the floor or a block, opening your heart. And now if you can explore bending your left arm, bringing it behind you or all the way onto your right thigh. Keep twisting the heart open. Make sure your right hip is underneath your left. And then slowly start to straighten your right leg. Nice, coming into triangle. If you can, reach your left arm up to the sky. Otherwise, keep it down by your side. And now turn towards the ground, bring your left hand down, walk towards the left, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. Walk your hands back this time, letting your head hang heavy. Maybe your fingertips can come all the way back so that they're in line with your toes. Breathe here, connecting into the outer edges of your feet, lifting your knees away, your thighs away from your knees. And now walk back towards the right foot. Come back into your low lunge. Plant your left hand, twist up and open to the right. Dropping your right hip down. And then bring your right hand down, step back to plank. Choose your version of your vinyasa. And we will all meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here in down dog. Long, slow breaths, taking this time to recenter yourself. You can always come into a child's pose if you need to. Put your left leg up behind you. Bend your left knee. Open your hip. Twirl your left ankle in one direction. And then in another direction. Let your right heel get heavy. Draw your left knee all the way into your chest as you hover and hold here in plank. Press the mat away from you, finding space to float your left foot up in between your hands. You're in your low lunge. Lift and float your fingertips off the ground, opening your heart forward, finding your strength. Let your fingertips come back to the mat. Turn your right foot down, press into the outer edge of your right foot. Extend your right arm forward, up, and open into your warrior two. Straighten your left leg, fingertips touch. Exhale back into your warrior two. One more time, lengthen. And exhale back. Turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Your right hand should just be gentle on your right leg. And then bring your left arm all the way to your left thigh. Reach your right arm all the way up. Slide your left hand down to the ground. Reach your right arm back and behind you for the half bind. If you have a full bind in your practice or you want to explore it, reach your left arm under your left thigh. Maybe you have a towel or a strap and you can connect your hands if your hands don't reach each other. Now, again, make sure your heart is still opening. If you're facing down to the floor, you're not quite here yet. Get the strap, open up the space. See if you can hold the bind and straighten your left leg coming into down triangle. Breathe here. Release the bind, move your left hand forward, coming into half moon. Lifting your right leg up off the ground, maybe your right arm up into the air. Left hand on a block. Breathe here. Find your balance. Your right leg can always be on the ground. And you can always hold on to something. Bend your left knee. Our exit strategy is warrior two. We found it nice and soft. And then cartwheel your hands down into a low lunge. Plant your right hand, twist up to the left. Reach your right leg back. Plant your left hand, step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. And we'll all meet in downward facing dog for the last side. Breathe here. Spread your fingers. Drop your heels. Put your right leg up behind you. Bend your right knee. Open your hip to the right. Feel your left heel get heavy. Press the right hand into the mat. Twirl your ankle in one direction and then twirl it in the other direction. Extend your right leg back up behind you. Draw the right knee into your chest. Hold it here in plank. Press the mat away from you, finding space between your shoulder blades, lifting your belly button up to your spine to float your right foot between your hands. Turn your left heel down or float up onto your fingertips, opening your heart forward. Breathe here. Let your fingertips come back down. Turn your foot, press into the outer edge of your left foot. Reach your left arm up, over and open into warrior two. Straighten your legs, let your fingertips touch overhead. Exhale, melt back into warrior two. Lengthen and straighten, fingertips touch overhead. Exhale, melt back into warrior two. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. And then bend your right arm, bringing your right forearm to your right thigh. Reach your left arm up, drop your right hip. Reach your right hand down to the ground. Reach your left hand behind you for the half bind. Maybe you're ready to explore the full bind. Breathe here. Opening your heart, keeping your hips in line. Pressing your shoulder against your right leg to give you that access into the twist. Straighten your right leg coming into bound triangle if that's available. If not, return your right hand to the ground. Breathe here. Gaze forward. Take your block, place your hand on your block outside your right foot, coming into half moon. Floating your left toes up, reaching your left arm up to the sky. I like having the block under my hand because it helps you keep your torso and your leg all in one line. Instead of like without the block, you can see I'm dipping a little bit. Take one more breath here. Exit strategy is bending the front knee, landing in warrior two. Cartwheel yourself down to low lunge, plant your left hand, twist up to the right. And then bring your right hand down, step back to plank. Last vinyasa. And we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here. Press your thumb and your forefinger into the mat. Walk your feet to the middle of the mat. Walk your hands to the middle of the mat. And then slowly lower your hips coming into a squat. If it's available, lift your hands off the ground, pressing your elbows into your knees, finding lift, engaging your inner thighs. Breathe here. Bring your hands down to the mat, straighten your legs, coming into a forward fold. Bend your right knee, keep your left leg straight, feel that big IT band stretch. And now switch sides, bend your left knee, right leg straight, big IT band stretch. Slowly lower your hips back down into the squat. You can stay here in this squat, or you can explore taking crow, either option. If you want to take crow, bring your hands down to the mat. Get your knees as close to your shoulder pits as possible. And then slowly float one foot and then the other off the ground. Try and stay for 3 full breaths. And then come back into your squat. Breathe here. Reach one hand back, reach the other hand back, and sit down onto your bum. Placing your feet on the floor, reach your arms out in front of you and slowly roll down to a count of 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to do 3 back bends. So go ahead and get yourself situated with your spine nice and long. You should be able to just tickle your heels. Let your heart open, let your palms face up to the ceiling. We're just going to take a few breaths here before our back bends to realign and recenter. You're more than welcome to take a supported bridge or move yourself to legs up the wall if these 3 back bends aren't for you during this practice. All right, turn your palms down to the mat, bring your arms alongside your body. With your knees parallel, pointing up to the ceiling, big toes pointing away from you. We're going to start to roll our spine up 1 vertebra at a time. Lower back, middle back, upper back. So you're bringing your chest closer to your chin as your chin reaches up to the sky. Go ahead and interlace your fingers, shimmying your triceps closer together to deepen that back bend. Pressing down through your big toe, your pinky toe, and your heel. Breathe here. And on your next exhale, release the hands and slowly roll down 1 vertebra at a time. Bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Open your feet, let your knees touch. Find this restorative pose. All right, bring your palms back down to the mat. Bring your heels back in line with your hips. Make sure you can tickle your heels with your fingertips. Your feet are parallel. Our second bridge pose. Of course, you're welcome to take a supported bridge here or keep your legs up the wall. Start to roll your vertebra up 1 at a time. Lower back, middle back, upper back. Back of the skull on the ground. Reach your fingers together, shimmy your arms underneath you, triceps press into the mat. Lift your chin towards the ceiling, your chest towards your chin. Maybe you lift your heels up and walk your tippy toes closer in, giving yourself a little bit more space in this back bend. And breathe here, make sure your legs stay parallel. And then slowly lower your heels, release your hands, roll your back down one vertebra at a time. Bring one hand to your belly, one hand to your chest. Open your feet, let your knees touch, and relax. Find your breath in this restorative posture. If you choose, we have one more back bend, supported bridge, or if wheel is in your practice and you want to take wheel, or you can repeat another bridge. Bring your heels in line with your hips. If you're going to take wheel, bring your hands by your ears. Breathe in. On your exhale, lift up to the crown of your head. Make sure that your feet are parallel, and then exhale, press the mat away from you. Breathe here. And then slowly come down. Bringing one hand to your chest, one hand to your belly. Let your knees knock in. Find this restorative pose. Go ahead and windshield wiper your legs right to left. And then bring your right ankle on towards your left knee, coming into a reclined figure four, reaching behind your left thigh. Breathe here. Gently rock this figure four side to side, massaging your lower back and your hips. And then lower both feet to the mat, windshield wiper your knees. And the other side, place the left ankle on the right knee, reach behind your right thigh, coming into figure four on this side. Rock your figure four side to side. And then place both feet back on the ground. Extend your left leg away from you. Bring your right knee into your chest. And then gently bring the right knee all the way across, coming into a reclined twist. Open the right arm, look over the right shoulder. You can use the left hand to gently guide the right thigh down towards the mat. And then roll back onto your back. Slide your right leg away from you. Draw your left knee into your chest. And then guide your left knee over to the right. Look over your left arm. You can use your right hand to weigh down your left leg. And then come back to center, hug both knees in, coming into a tiny little ball. Maybe you want to take a happy baby. Maybe you want to gently rock here. At this point, if there's anything else that you want to do, any last minute stretch or pose, go ahead and do that now. And then we'll all move into Shavasana, letting our head come down to the mat, extending our right leg away from us, extending our left leg away. Extend your right arm, extend your left arm. Take a big inhale, and then exhale everything out. Start to tighten your toes, curl your toes in, squeeze every muscle in your foot, tighten your feet. Continue to squeeze and tighten your legs, your calves, your knees, your thighs. Creeping up into your hips, tightening and tensing your entire lower body, squeezing your glutes. Coming into your waist, tightening, drawing in your waist. Moving up into your chest and your core, tightening, squeezing, tensing it all up. Adding your arms and your hands, making little balls with your fingers wrapped around your thumb. Squeezing tighter, tensing everything up, moving into your shoulders, into your neck, all the way into your facing your head. Tensing and tightening every single muscle. Squeeze everything in, hold it all in. Take a big inhale of breath, hold that breath of air, and then exhale, let everything release. Melt into your mat, melt into your silence, into your stillness. Remain here for 3 minutes in Shavasana. If you want to stay in your Shavasana, you're more than welcome to, and I highly encourage it. If you're ready to come out, start to slowly wiggle your fingers and your toes. Let your head rock gently side to side. Stretch yourself out, and then roll onto one side. Slowly press yourself back up into a seated position, sitting up nice and tall. Letting your hands rest on your thighs or your knees. Or bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Feel your breath, feel your heartbeat, feel the life move around inside of you. Acknowledge this Acknowledge your hard work. Thank you for coming and letting me lead you through practice today. Namaste.